What's good, internet? My name is Attack Slug, and this is Time Bandit Part 1, out now on Steam for a price of $10. As always, full disclosure, they sent me a copy. This is a puzzle game, a stealth game, and a real-time video game. Let's hop in here and show you what it is, what it does, and why that PS1 aesthetic can be so wonderfully weird and amazing. Now, top of the screen, you can see it is 1:57 p.m. right now in real life as I film this and in the game. And that is very important to know because when you have to work, it's a game about work. And so you are either on shift or off shift. And so when you're off shift, there is more stealth in the vein of a MGS1 Metal Gear Solid on the PS1. So, right now, I need some gasoline to fill up a forklift to continue the block-pushing puzzles of this game. Also, much like MGS 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, this game is very political. If you don't like politics in your game, you're not going to kind of like this game, well, unless they align with what yours are personally. Now, much like MGS, you have a codec. Therefore, you can call in the codec to your boss and to other characters in the game. Let's say, hey, Mr. Pincer, what's good here? I hope you're resting up for your shift later. Thanks, boss. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Now, the overall plot here, the overall grandiose plot is that you are collecting time crystals. And you are doing that because all of the CEOs, all of the bigwigs of the company, they want to live forever. But of course, you get some rebels that say, hey man, why don't you steal those instead and bring them to us instead? But we do need some gas. The prices do change day to day, so I'm going to get 2 gallons of gas here. I'm going to hit this, I'm going to hit confirm, and then give me that fuel into my gas tank. Now, top left of the screen, you've got your energy, you've got your health, and I don't know what the third bar is, but under that is your money. Now, working for the man, you get $5 a day. And by day, I mean actual days in your life, not just in the video game. Or you steal the crystals and bring them to this guy over here and sell those crystals for like 15 bucks instead of the 5 you get per day. Now, right now, because we are off shift, all of the robots that run the factory are on high alerts. Therefore, we must sneak in to this facility and then hopefully steal some time crystals. But in that block puzzle moving portion of the game, you'll see here in a second that it is all in very much real time. But I can hit spacebar and say, these are my shifts. I'm recording this on a Sunday. My shift ended at 10 o'clock this morning, and my next shift is not until 9 p.m. on Monday night. So again, they kind of make things where you're going to have to stealth here, because otherwise you would not get caught by these freaking robots and their red vision cones. So yes, I love games that have a very singular vision, have a very purposeful vision in how they operate, and this game definitely has that. So right now, this section, I do not have the option to get that time crystal because I don't have, my phone's ringing. Who is it? How's the work going? I wish it was faster. Nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. I suppose one day you can dream by getting your hands on that machine they're building to control time. But I wouldn't count on it. I know it can feel like it's just you out there. But remember, you got me on radio as support. It's not much, but I can offer some hints if you call me. Just open it up with tab at any time and give me a call. I'm doing my best to build new tools to help you out too. Maybe you think it all works too slowly, but at least it automates a lot of the job for you. People are always forgetting the work that goes into making technology like that. For example, did you know, and it will go on from here, Ada Lovelace, algorithms, 1843, yeah. So it's very talky when you get into the codec stuff, as MGS also was back in the day. Okay, that conversation finally ended. Now, down in the lower left-hand corner is that time crystal, and these blocks get pushed when I have a forklift, which I must go collect at this current time. So I gotta head up here to get my forklift and not be spotted by the red beam. So you can see there is my forklift, and there is a time crystal. We go and steal it, and then come back, because what we're gonna have to do here is push some blocks around to get to that spinning, whatever that is there in the upper left-hand corner, I don't know. So first and foremost, time crystal, which makes you walk slower, which makes the stealth more difficult. If you get spotted, it's going to turn into a bit of a bullet hell with that happening in your face and having to, oh god, avoid that if at all possible. So it does get a bit tricky, but right now we're good. Let's go crawl and then sell this. I always do that. Sell this time crystal to the man in front of the factory. And that should give us some more money here, and you can buy more forklifts, you can buy more trash compactors, and you can eventually, I guess, automate things a bit faster, but in the beginning, it is very slow, and I will show you what that means here in a moment as I sell this treasure and get that done. 15 bucks. Thank you much. So, we have our forklift back. We have 2 gallons of gas, and we have $24.70 in our pockets in terms of money. So, we're going to head back and attempt to push some boxes, and I will show you just how this game works in terms of, hey, it's not a game you play all at once. In that way, it's kind of an Animal Crossing type situation, where you are doing a bit at a time, and then coming back because of how it operates in real time. Nope, you ain't finding nothing, robot. You got nothing. So, my goal, don't spot me, my goal right now is to get that. So I must A, push these in that direction, and then I guess perhaps, no wait, let's start with this one, and then we pull this one, and then push this one. So we're gonna start here, we're gonna hit push box, we're gonna confirm, we're gonna put the gas in the canister, spacebar, and now it is a full 30 minutes of actual time of your life being spent to push that box. Now, importantly, if you run out of energy, you fall asleep. If you fall asleep, you're asleep on the job and you go to jail. If you go to jail, you are there for 12 real hours, not in-game, real actual hours of not playing the game because you fell asleep on the job or even off the job. It's not good. Don't fall asleep. So, importantly, that means if you perhaps screw something up and you think, oh, I could just Alt F4 and then redo it. No, Alt F4ing is not what you want to do because you'll end up in jail. It had it happen to me. So, just be warned on that. You don't want to go to jail. Now, I do want to get my trash compactors back, and they are outside. And if I cannot get caught, see, they're down there. I gotta go up and around, but I think there is certainly someone in my way in terms of security. Robots, you got nothing. Too slow. Too slow. So, my trash compactors, 1 and 2. Once you compact this pile of trash into an actual square, then you can push it, and then you can retrieve those time crystals. And obviously, I only have the one of the deals there, so that's a problem for me, but I can go back and use what I have to kind of get things moving in a different direction up in the... Oh. Don't see me. You saw nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. But, importantly, not getting spotted. So if I were to get spotted, just as an example, then it's bullet hell, and you gotta avoid all those things shooting at you, and it's not good. You want to avoid doing that. It's a bad time. So we're going to head down here and escape our current work environment and deal with that appropriately back into the city. There are also bridges to get built which require wood, and wood requires growing trees. Guess what? That takes 1 actual day of your life to do so. So it's all about the time. Now, how can you make things faster? Obviously, you steal more time crystals, you earn more money, and you head to the gas station. And the gas station will sell you some things here. So you can buy or buy. And so a forklift for 50 bucks, seeds, cigs, and additional trash compactors. But I don't need that right now, so we're going to hit X and say, bye, thanks, I'll see you later, shop man. And yes, of course, you're buying gas to refill those tanks. But I did have one more thing to do there in the factory before I forget. I think once you leave, they're off alert, so it should be fine to go back and do our one last thing and then show you how to actually save the game, because if you don't save the game, it's a bad time. You always want to sleep and save. That's how you regain your energy in real time. Or you have an energy pill. I think you could get those additionally. But in the meanwhile, let us crouch here, go back in. Yes, they are off alert, so we're good there. And we can kind of just do one of these, and they'll do that. And just, yeah, they're pretty basic stealth, but again, when you're carrying those time crystals, it can get like, oh god, they spotted me type business. So I know eventually I have to push this deal here. So I'm going to pull up that trash compactor. I'm going to hit Z, compact that trash. I'm going to put the gas into that deal with spacebar. And guess what? 30 minutes. You can see I'm out at 26 now from sitting here explaining things to you for that forklift. So eventually we're going to get that, whatever is in that swirling flamethrower. I don't know what it is, but I wanted obviously to advance the plot and find out how things are going here in part 1 of I think a planned 4 parts of Time Bandit here on Steam and perhaps other digital platforms. I don't know. I honestly did not look it up, but I know for sure I'm playing it on Steam because they sent me a copy. So no, don't want to do that. At any time you can hit, I think it's Control. At any time you can hit Control and look around in the first person. So, good thing to do if you need to perhaps spy on some stuff and you want to do it in that first person view. Now, otherwise, in the rest of the town here, there's not much going on. I think at some point perhaps there will be, but early on here, when I played the first 2 hours, not a whole lot going on in this city where you are the only person outside of these handful of NPCs. It's just kind of you. Alright, so you're wandering around in the only worker here in this factory is a giant clock tower, and you can say, hey, what's going on with the clock tower? Long-tailed duck, and perhaps I'll answer you and tell you what the deal is. Thank unions for your weekend. So yes, very anti-capitalist, political, video game business. The 5-day work week with newly erratic hours. No. We want 4 days, or 3. I look forward to a future where weekend ceases to have any meaning. Yeah, well, look, man. Anyhow, we'll close that, and we'll head back to where we head back to, which is the apartment, the Public Housing Authority. And once you head into the apartment building, and into where you live, then, and only then, may you save. And back to your very sparse little room here, you can sleep, that'll save. You can either wake up to continue playing, or you can escape to quit the game. But either way, very important when you're done playing to go in there and hit escape to quit the game, because otherwise you're going to end up in jail, and you don't want that for 12 actual real-time hours. Is no good. So this game has a lot of ideas, and I like games that have a singular vision to them. And obviously having the weird PS1 aesthetic here is very appealing to me. But I'm curious, to see actually how long it takes you to play, because you can't play it all at once. So how many days and or weeks for part 1 is it going to take to play through Time Bandit? I don't know. I'm going to keep on chipping away at it. But here are the trees. So once you've planted some trees and got some seeds, then you can go over here into Shift and get out your axe and axe that tree a question with spacebar a couple times to chop down that tree, and then you will have the wood for when you need that wood in your inventory for additional bridges you need to build. Right now, I don't need any of those, so I'm good at the moment. So, in any event, this is Time Bandit Part 1 out now on Steam. It's $10. I think it is conceptually very interesting for being a real-time stealth game with some heavy political messaging. So if that is your bag, certainly check it out. Link in the description. I'm going to go to sleep here as I am currently off shift, and I'm tired, both in the game and in real life and in real time. So we're going to head to bed, head to sleep. I'm going to say I am your host, Attack Slug. More videos on this channel, hopefully soon. We'll see. Right now, I need that comfy bed. I'll see you next time. Right here on this channel. And I'm out.